everybody. Good evening, and welcome to East Brunswick Human Relations Council's event, led by our student representative, Danvi Shah. Basically, this is going to be a coffee and conversations event, and the title of the event is Unity at East Brunswick High School, where students will be sharing their experiences and how they stay connected to their background and cultures. A little bit about East Brunswick Human Relations Council. Basically, our goal is to create and maintain a community where diversity is not just merely tolerated and accepted, but celebrated and respected. So I will hand it over to Danvi Shah, and she will start our event for tonight.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm here not only in my capacity as the EBHRC Class of 2022 representative, but also president of East Brunswick High School's Hindu Club and a current junior at East Brunswick High School. I love going there because the diversity and the culture and the celebration is actually incredible. I've learned so much about other people's backgrounds and communities throughout my time here. And I gathered some of my friends and classmates to discuss their experiences also at East Brunswick. So we're going to go around and share our introductions.
Hi, my name is Victoria Degre, and my pronouns are she/her. I am in the 11th grade and I attend EBHS, and I'm a member of the East Brunswick Black Student Union. And class of 2022 next year, I will be the secretary and public relations. Some things that I like to enjoy doing are I like photography, I like videography and film, and I also like to sing. And today I'm on this panel because I want to learn more about other EBHS students' experiences at our school and understand their perspectives on the environment of the school and how they share their culture. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Leah Friedman. My pronouns are she, her. I'm a junior at EBHS, and I've been going to East Brunswick Public Schools since last year, even though I've lived in East Brunswick my entire life. I went to private school and then I came over to the high school. And I'm part of the Jewish community and specifically the Modern Orthodox, and I'm president of the Jewish Culture Club / Jewish Student Union at the high school. And some of my hobbies include playing piano, art, and swimming. When Donby reached out to me to join this panel, I was really excited because I strongly feel that there's a need for even more positive interrelationships between the diverse groups of East Brunswick. And with more conversation, I can really see each community / group grow individually and with each other. Overall, I really just love the fact that we're having this today. I really think that I can learn even more. So thank you.
Hello, my name is Tiffany Flax, and I'm a sophomore at EBHS. My pronouns are she/her. I'm a part of the Black Student Union and will be the president for the 2021 to 2022 school year. Some of my hobbies are reading, practicing piano and guitar, and running. I wanted to be on this panel because this is the first year that our school has had a Black Student Union, and it's important to me that we are a part of these conversations and talking with other cultural groups about our experiences and listening and learning from them as well. So I'm excited.
Hi, I'm Dom Scalfoni. I am a senior at EBHS, graduate on Friday. I'm part of the pronouns he/him. I'm a part of the disabled community, particularly the autistic community. I love playing bass guitar, watching sports, particularly the Mets. Let's go Mets. I played football at East Brunswick, and yeah, I am excited to be a part of this panel because I love spreading awareness to certain things. And yeah, just looking forward to this.
Hello, my name is Shelby Hahn, and my pronouns are she, her. I'm currently a junior, and I've been going to EB for about 5 years, around there. And I'm part of the Asian community. I'm the president of Asian Club. and my hobbies are listening to music and baking. I'm on this panel because I thought it would be great to learn more about the others and their community, and I'm really excited to be here.
Thank you so much for sharing, and thank you so much for being here today. I know it's the end of the school year, but it really means a lot that you're willing to share your backgrounds and your culture with us. Um, we'll get started. Um, so just as a quick follow-up, how has your experience at EBHS been like so far as a member of your community?
Okay. To start off, I think my experience at EBHS has been overall pretty good. There has obviously been a couple of bad parts of my experience, I can say, but I like the fact that we have a bunch of different clubs that, like, we have the Jewish club, we have the Hindu club, we have different clubs, and that's why we wanted to start the Black Student Union this year. I like the fact that we have different clubs and different representation, because I think when I was a sophomore, the first year when I went to the club fair, I was so surprised to see all the different clubs and the races and the ethnicities that were being celebrated. And I really did enjoy that. And I was wondering, I was like, where's the Black Student Union? And that's why I'm so happy that we created it this year. Obviously, there has been some bad times, which I'm pretty sure it's in everybody's experience. I feel like at first I wasn't feeling a lot of representation necessarily from the Black community in our school. And I felt a little off, where I felt a little out of place. But I feel like the more I was able to go to different events like these and talk to other people like me and other people of different cultures as well, different minorities, and people like that, and have different, deeper conversations, I feel like that really helped me to better connect to my culture and to other people's cultures. But overall, I did really enjoy my 3 years so far at EBHS.
Even though my first year was cut short, I'd say I've enjoyed my time at EBHS, and I feel that I have lots of opportunities to challenge myself academically and immerse myself in activities that are both educational and fun. One of my favorite parts of, I guess, 10th grade last year was, even though it was a small group pretty much every time, I really enjoyed going to the Jewish Student Union meetings, and I was really excited to take the position of president this year. And yeah, I really do love how large and diverse EBHS is. I would say that in terms of being an observant Jew, it's really hard. Sometimes it can be hard to keep up with the classwork. And I found that throughout last year and this year. So, I mean, besides for going offline every Friday night through Saturday night to observe what we call the Sabbath, there are also multiple days throughout the year that I have to take off to observe a holiday. And while most teachers are very accommodating, sometimes it isn't always easy to get through it. And also, not to mention that a lot of the fun school events are usually on like Friday nights or Saturdays. So missing out on them is always a little disappointing.
Although I haven't actually been in the school building yet since I'm a sophomore, my experience at EBHS has been pretty decent so far. As the Black Student Union, it's been nice to have the school actually, listen to us and follow up on our ideas about this club and help us with what we want to accomplish. Growing up in East Brunswick, I feel like there were definitely times where I didn't feel represented, and like Victoria said, not really feeling seen, and having that community to support me and feeling comfortable. But having this club now, I feel like it's great to be a part of that and work towards building that for other people, and just giving people the opportunity to feel comfortable in their own safe space. So I'm excited for that.
My experience at EBHS has been pretty good. Before I got to the high school, there was almost no autism awareness or disability awareness. There would be like denim days, but like it wasn't like they didn't direct it towards autism awareness. And then I went to the principal and some of my counselors, and I told them this, and now we have like We always celebrate it now. Some of the students in here might remember the health and wellness fair. Um, I, I, um, I played a part in creating that. Um, yeah, I used to be very socially awkward too, and a lot of my teammates and friends have like helped me out of that and have um, make me feel more at home in a way. So overall, I had a pretty good experience.
So far, my experience at the high school has been pleasant. Um, there wasn't any issues because thankfully there was a club, like Asian club, where I could fit in and share the same interests as others, and I was really thankful for that. And I made friends in that group and area. Um, at first, I thought I wouldn't fit in to the community, but I was thankful that I could fit in.
And I think that's so incredible about EBHS. I know most of us come from different backgrounds, and so it's really important that we find a place, a community within a school, and we have that kind of safe space to talk to other people about our shared backgrounds and our shared experiences here. And I think that's genuinely one of the most phenomenal things about going to EB. It's so diverse that you can definitely find people that are that have similar experiences, and not if not that, you definitely have the staff and the administration who are always open to changes, always willing to listen. Um, and I think it's exceptional that every single one of you have like taken the effort to go out and further your community at EBHS. And I'm really glad that we're taking that step so future students can come here and feel just as at home as we do. So that being said, how do you not only you stay connected to your culture, but how do you help others connect to your culture?
For me, I would say to stay connected to my culture, I think the best thing as well for other people as well is to do research. I feel like the best thing that we can do is educate ourselves on different people's cultures, and learning in history class, of course, you learn the background of like different races, ethnic groups, nationalities, etc. But I feel like just kind of researching on our own time, not necessarily like watching the news or anything, but kind of getting yourself like into, I don't know how to explain it necessarily, but like research, basically research, educate yourself, watch the news, watch this, watch that. And I feel like when you learn more about just other people's cultures in general, not necessarily my culture, I feel like that will help you to better understand them and learn not just the negative aspects, learn the positive aspects, learn different things about people's culture. And I feel like that's the best way that I stay connected, as well as just being around the people who are a part of my culture. Not that I necessarily just stick around African Americans, because I have a bunch of other different friends of different races, but I feel like being around people who have the same culture as you and kind of embracing that together will help you to stay connected to your culture.
So I guess for me, besides for inside of school, I really take the role as president and plan the meetings. That's how I connect to my culture inside of school. Outside of school, I'd always attend synagogue services on Saturdays, celebrate holidays, practice Hebrew, read Judaic texts and books about Judaism, and participate in Jewish youth group programs. It's a lot, yeah. But I think to connect like other people to my community, specifically in school, I really like try to plan great meetings for the club, and we kind of, I guess at the high school we alternate between I guess talking about like holidays or just Judaic texts. And I think that's really important to have all this well-roundedness, and also just answering any questions my non-Jewish friends have about Judaism, and just sharing a specific tradition or custom with someone else. I think that's like a really great way to connect people to the Jewish community, and that's kind of what I've been doing.
So for me in school, being in a club like the Black Student Union, of course, has really helped me like connect with my culture, because it not only created a safe space for Black students, but I've spent a lot of time this year learning about Black history and just even like current events now, and talking about Black figures and having conversations about race and just appreciating Black culture. And I've taken what I've done in the Black Student Union and kind of applied that to my own life too, with just reading on my own. And especially with Black culture, I just feel like there's so much to it, whether that's with like literature or art or music. I think just really being connected to that and learning about it and exploring it on your own, and outside of school and whatever like the news may talk about, I think it's super important. And for the Black Student Union, we've been using our Instagram page to post and connect with our school community. We've done a cultural week where club members have the opportunity to talk about their ethnic background and family traditions, which I think is really important, because Black people in America, they have a ton of different ethnic ties and all over the world, I guess. So that was really nice to do. And even for Black History Month, posted weekly we posted weekly and on different days where we talk about either like Black music or Black writers and quotes from significant Black figures, just to like really engage other people and just fill people in on just like some little information. But obviously, like hopefully we wanted to use that to inspire people to kind of dig into it, and we provided like resources about different books and stuff that people could use.
So I'm going to go back to what Victoria said and just say research, because to me, a lot of people don't seem to be, they think they're educated about a certain topic, but they're really not. Like, for example, if I had a dime for every time someone like said, you don't look autistic, or my cousin's autistic, you're nothing like him, anything like that, I would be richer than Jeff Bezos. So a part of it is like research, awareness, acceptance. I know some people who are really close to me and they understand this. And yeah, it's something that you need to research or be taught, because it could, you may not be knowing what you're saying.
So I stay connected through my culture by joining Asian Club, because Asian Club, when they do like informational slides about different cultures, and I think it's important to be aware of other cultures and inform yourself about it. Like the tiny things that I do to stay connected to my culture is like listen to the music, the TV shows and stuff like that, because a lot of them portray like the cultures and traditions in that community. That's what I do. Okay. And like I feel like other people can connect to my culture by respecting and being more understanding of our culture, and they can also learn more about our culture, and we can all be one.
I'm going to quickly chime in here. I think this conversation is going amazing, and I am in awe of the things that are being said here. I feel like you guys are not kids. You guys are actually like adults. The things that you guys are saying, it's literally hitting the mark. Awareness, acceptance, and education. I feel like you guys came up with a great group of keywords and things that could really help us all, including adults. So you guys are doing an amazing job so far, and I'm going to let you continue.
Thank you, Shakir. That's I also completely agree. It's so great how awesome of a community we've made, especially online. Like this whole school year has been virtual, and I know Tiffany, you said like sophomores haven't even had a year at EBHS, but we still managed to actually develop our communities even more. I think we brought up an interesting point here too. Like social media is one of the most important aspects of what we do here, trying to spread our awareness about our communities. I know the EBHRC posts something for mostly every cultural festival or event, and I think that's just so important that East Brunswick residents can stay connected to other people, be a little bit more aware about what's happening that day. I know as president of Hindu Club, we also like to post a little bit for every Hindu event that we have. And it's so cool to see our non-Hindu members also liking the post, reading up about it, and asking us how we celebrate, to share pictures, and that's truly incredible. So thank you for spreading awareness. Having that kind of patience is really important. I know someone brought it up. I think Layla brought it up. She said a lot of people have questions about Judaism, and it's important to answer them. So thank you for doing that. Um, I think my next question is maybe even unique to East Brunswick. I know I've had my own experiences in different communities, so it's really such an important experience that East Brunswick provides us with. But how do you connect to other people's communities?
I would say that I connect to other people's communities by, I think clubs and events and different activities that the school offers, different conversations. I know some people kind of just pass them up, don't really want to go, they're bored and whatnot. But I'm like, those are the best things to be a part of, because that helps you to learn about other people's communities, and it helps you to kind of accept them more if you understand them more, if you um if you understand them more. And I feel like you're in a better position to accept them more. And I feel like that's how you connect, by joining different clubs and being surrounded not by people just your race, or by people just with your background, or necessarily by people with just your abilities. I feel like you have to venture out and not just stick with people that look like you or that may be like you. You have to be around other people. And I feel like that's what my problem was in sophomore year. I kind of stayed in my little circle. I was kind of doing my own thing, and I didn't even and then I'm complaining about, oh, this diversity, that. I'm like, wait, this is my doing, this is my issue. I think the best thing to do is to be around other people, like being surrounded by completely different people than you learn about them. They tell you about this. One person tells you about that culture. Person tells you about this. And I feel like then you will learn, and then you will connect more, you will understand, you will accept it. And then going to different events, being in different clubs, I feel like that really helps.
So I would say that I guess the way I've learned more about different cultures and everything, I guess this year and last year has really been through individual relationships with my non-Jewish friends. And honestly, I really love what I've learned about different cultures and what they've had to share about traditions and customs. And I think next year I'm really looking forward to attending some other club meetings. I mean, this year has been pretty crazy, so I haven't gotten a chance to attend that many other club meetings, but I think that would be a really great way to kind of, learn something new and connect with other people from different backgrounds. And yeah, I think that would be really great. Also, I think another great way to just have everybody connect, I would look forward to having, the Jewish Student Union collaborate with another club, or so kind of like a special event or meeting. And I think that would be a great way to kind of get a lot of people to come and learn together. So
Yeah, I agree. I think connecting through clubs is super important because you kind of get to branch out and step out of your comfort zone, because while it's great to have people in your own circle who, come from your same community, I think you have to really branch out to learn from people and to listen to them too. It's one thing to learn to read things online, but when you have people's actual experiences in the town that you live in, it's very impactful for you. And I feel like it's more it's definitely a lot more helpful in certain ways than just like looking up something online. And definitely, like Layla said, collaborations is super important as well. And I think that's something that the Black Student Union wants to do, because we've had a collaboration event with the ACLU, and that was really great to hear a variety of students speak about different experiences. So extending that to other culture groups too would be really great, because it just brings us together, and it, you know, creates a sense of unity too. So
for me, playing football helped a lot because there's people of all races, ethnicities, religions on that team. I learned so much about Judaism through some of my Jewish friends. I learned some stuff from my Black friends, and they learned some stuff from me. So it's kind of hard for me to answer this question because I'm not like a part of any club or anything like that. So yeah, for me, it's just like hanging out with people, going out of your comfort zone, participating in clubs and sports, stuff like that.
Yeah, I make an effort to connect with the others in EB by, joining different clubs, and especially like the events, they welcome everyone. So everyone can come and socialize with each other and learn more about each other, and, sometimes share the same interests as each other. And I thought, that's a way to connect with others. And Tiffany said that like the they did a collab with you with the ACLU, and they also did that this year with the Asian Club, and I thought that was really cool, and a lot of people enjoyed that as well, and a lot of people talked about it and were very informed.
Well, I think, as I said before, this is a question that might even be like considered unique to East Brunswick students or just in the area, because to us it kind of comes naturally too, right? As Dom said, just going out of your comfort zone and hanging out with different people. For me, it was joining the Model UN team, where there's so many people and we spend so much time together that we've grown so comfortable with asking questions about each other's backgrounds and communities, learning about them together even. Sometimes I ask questions that they don't even know the answer to, and we both learn and grow together. Or some of my favorite memories at EV are going to Lunar New Year celebration with some of my East Asian friends, or just scrolling through different cultural groups pages, especially when I was looking for people for this event. I came across so much important, interesting information from your club's Instagram pages and then other people's Instagram pages as well. And then I think just walking around East Brunswick and making new friends is such a great way to connect with other people. So I'm glad that we're afforded that opportunity. Ms. Shakira, did you want to say something?
Oh, I did, yeah. I wanted to know, how does the school bring you guys all together? Like, is there an event where all the clubs collaborate and sit together and get to know each other? Otherwise, it seems like there's like a Black Unions group or a Hindu club, and Hindu kids are in the Hindu club and the Black kids are in the Black club. Like, what does the school do to like kind of bring everybody together and collaborate together? Or maybe that can be our next EBHRC event. I don't know, but I don't know if the schools do anything to bring everybody together.
We actually do have a few events. Unfortunately, none of us have really, well, except for maybe Dom, but most of us haven't really experienced them in person. So every year we have a Clash of Cultures and a Collision Night. And they're both incredible events where people come together, showcase their cultures, food, music, dances, backgrounds, and then we all collaborate with each other and help the other people learn more about our own cultures.
That's cool. I did not know that. Thank you, Donvi.
That is honestly highly encouraged to anyone who's watching, maybe planning on going to East Brunswick this September. The elementary schools do international nights, and that's also an incredible opportunity to just learn about other people's cultures. and at the high school there are so many opportunities as well. Um, so now that we know how we connect to each other's cultures, our own cultures, um, how do you think other people could grow to be a little bit more accepting of your community and just make the school experience easier or better for people from your community?
I think the best way for people to accept our community more is, like I said before in the previous question, educating them. I feel like if you teach them different things about your community, I feel like then they will, and teach the good things and the bad things, I feel like then they will be more accepting of your community. When they know more, I feel like they will accept more rather than just knowing the bits and pieces and some of the facts that they just made up or they don't necessarily know is completely true. I feel like when you kind of educate them more by doing like the different clubs, having different events or putting posters up in the school or kind of teaching people, I feel like that will help them to better accept it when they know more and they understand more.
Yeah, like Victoria was saying, really just like being open-minded and willing to learn. I think that recognizing that, I mean, specifically with my community, with Judaism, that it's an ethno-religion and there are Jews from many different backgrounds with different beliefs, different customs and traditions, and like celebrating, let's say like Hanukkah or like just like that just scratches the surface. There's a lot more to it, and I think being willing to like learn more about that will, I guess, really keep positive relationships going, and having people learn more is really great. So yeah, and I think that what we're doing today is conversation. It's really what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so I agree. And I feel like, going to different events for the cultural groups is super important because you're listening to the students' experiences. And I think that's what matters most, to not just go off of what you may think people feel or what you think you may know, but actually talking to the people a part of these cultural groups. And I think specifically for my community, just like recognizing Black culture and it's very important when it comes to other students accepting our community. I think a lot of things are overlooked and not really considered, culture, but things like our hair and our food and our clothes make up Black culture and connects us to each other. I think these individual aspects that may seem minor to others are very important to us because of, the significance behind them. And I think it's people may be very quick to judge or label us, but I want other students to realize that, Black culture is real and valid, and it shouldn't be, just mocked or judged. And Black students should feel comfortable being themselves and shouldn't feel like their cultural identities are being bashed and ripped away from them because other people may not know much about it.
Just like I said in the previous question, research, education. I feel like when you're someone part of like my community, people just by looking at you don't know there's something wrong with you. Well, me personally, like I have a tattoo of a puzzle piece, and some people kind of is like a tell for some people. But you don't even have to be autistic. Like some people might have like OCD, ADHD, anything like that, and people won't know. So it's kind of hard to educate someone with something they can't see.
So other students can grow more accepting of like everyone's community by, I think, learning more about the history. Yeah, staying educated is also a like number one thing. And I also think that respecting each other is important since we're all humans, and respect is very important. And I think we have to play a part as well. Like if someone like misunderstand something about our culture, I think we should, help and like give them resources that they can look up or even like correct them. So I think that'll also help other students grow more accepting of everyone's community.
Yes, exactly. Providing resources is such, if you need any resources, just reach out to the corresponding club at the high school, and I'm sure they'll be willing to send you anything they have. They'll be happy to send you that actually. So kind of building off of what Tiffany and Layla said, and then furthermore what Dom said about not really being able to educate someone about something they don't even see, like right in front of you. Um, it's important, I think, to realize that something you say could be affecting someone right like right next to you, you know. If you make a little comment in class, you don't know who's hearing that, and you don't know what they have, what their background is. So I think for me, I would just recommend thinking twice. The second you feel unsure about something, maybe ask someone around you. um, Educate yourself, search up the implications of what you're about to say, what comment you're about to make. And really when you have a new friend, think about their background, ask them questions. Don't feel afraid to, come up to them and ask them questions about their own experiences so you can learn to be more sensitive to their needs and really make their experience a better one. It's important that you play a part in that. But I'm glad we're learning and growing as a community. That is truly very important. And I really hope that continues. And I hope that future students continue to follow and even develop our progress even more. Um, and we know back to school time is a difficult time of the year, especially when you have to switch schools, which we have to do a lot of in East Brunswick. Um, so you feel kind of alone in your first like couple days at school when you don't really know anyone. Um, and you're just trying to adjust to a new environment without even worrying about your social life. So what kind of advice would you give to members of your community in the incoming class? Or just anyone in the incoming class at EBHS?
Advice I would give to both my community and anybody in EBHS is to be themselves. I know it's like a cliche statement and everybody says it and kind of overlooks the statement, but I feel like being yourself is the number one thing that you should have in your mind as soon as you enter into the high school, because there's so many people of different backgrounds, and I feel like if you just stand, if don't be afraid to stand alone, don't be afraid to do your own thing, to embrace your own culture, to embrace your own background, to embrace your own ways. Even if other people may feel some type of way about it, may say something, may not understand it or accept it, help them to better understand them, help it to understand it, help them to better accept it by educating them. And just like I said before, be yourself, do your own thing, don't be afraid to stand out. It's good that you're standing out, it's good that you're different and you're not like everyone else in a certain way. So I feel like that's the best thing that I wish somebody would have told me, rather than me having to learn it like halfway through sophomore year. I feel like the best thing to do was come in knowing that you can do your own thing and be yourself, and even if others may not accept it, you will eventually find somebody who will, and you can create a community off of that.
Yeah, I just wanted to add on to that. I think that in general, when entering high school, it can be difficult for many students, like including myself, to find a balance of maintaining individuality, but also like wanting to explore other things in the diverse community at EBHS. And so while both are important, I would say that my advice for anyone is to always be open-minded, to trying or learning new things, and to join any clubs or sports you find interesting. And for those coming from the Jewish community, really embrace your heritage and attend some Jewish club meetings in addition to the other activities you may be a part of. We really want to grow the club and everything. So, and no matter how observant you are or what background is, literally everyone is welcome. And these meetings are great for learning and for just having a good time and making new friends.
So I agree with everything they said. And, I would say, like, don't push away your identity and just learn to really accept and love every part of yourself, because, if you because if you do that, I feel like you really will find a community of people because you're staying true to yourself. And I would just also say, like, to not let the pressure of being a certain way control you, and just trust yourself and do what feels right for you, whether that's when you're making new friends or taking certain classes or joining extracurricular activities. I really do think that, if you stay true to yourself, the rest will follow and just fall into place as it should.
So the one thing I would tell someone is accept who you are first. And by that, I mean, I've met some kids, and including myself, who are like, I can't do this because I'm so-and-so. I can't do this because I'm autistic. And it wasn't until 10th grade when I realized, like, I can do this. Like, nothing is realistically holding me back. So I would say accept who you are first, and if anyone like gives you any guff about, it's an old person word, but any hard times about who you are, then forget them, move on, find friends that are accepting of you.
Some advice I would give to the upcoming class is, to be confident and smile. I think smiling is important because it just makes us feel better. It's like a little boost to like help boost your mood. I also encourage the upcoming class to discover things they like by joining different clubs and connecting with other people. And I think that's a way you can learn more about yourself, grow, and yeah.
Thank you for that. I think one thing that most of us have to say is definitely find a community, whether that's through clubs, extracurriculars, or a sport. It's so important to have that kind of support system. And I definitely recommend finding one from your community, but also just a group of people that like the same things that you like, or that enjoy the same hobbies, same sports. It's really important to find also friends that are accepting. As Dom said, don't deal with people who are trying to hold you back. That's really important because as much as you let other people hold you back, it can be disheartening and it can discourage you from progressing in the future. So don't deal with that. It's important to find a great support system, and it's very honestly sometimes very easy to, well, very difficult to do. But if it's very easy if you try to look inside your community for support through clubs and extracurriculars. And if you can't find anything, please reach out to an upperclassman or one of us. Definitely, we are all willing to help. And you can find all of our emails using the school directory, or you can find our club's Instagram pages on Instagram. So reach out to any one of us if you do need anything or you want to connect with our clubs. I highly also recommend going to the club fair in September. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to all of our viewers that are watching. And thank you so much, especially to the panelists who gave up a Tuesday night in the last week of school to be here and speak to everyone about their experiences. I genuinely appreciate it, and I know anyone who's watching this, especially underclassmen, are also appreciating it so much. So thank you again from me and the EBHRC for coming here, and make sure to keep tuning in for our other Unity in the Community series. And if you have any questions, again, please reach out to any one of us. And we wish you good luck. Bye, everyone.